Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the stock market show. I think the cat has something to say, maybe? No? All right, so we're gonna talk about CYBL. This is the big money maker, the big play for this quarter. So, yeah, I think I'm in. I counted. I'm in with like 6K, I believe. So I'm gonna add 4 more K this coming week because I want the full 10K position. I might go 20K this time because I'm looking to make at least 10K to 20K. So either 50 to 100%. Because if you look at the stock price here, since October 17, since October 4th of 2024, so about a year ago, we've had plenty of pumps, right? 833% pump, 80%, 84%. These are without a catalyst, I believe. I'm just going to turn this orange. These are without catalyst, just kind of on its own. 84%, 237% here. And yeah, so I'm just going to mark this white. So since last year, since a year ago, what's happened? What's happened with CYBL stock for a whole year? Because we're in October, 18th as of this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pumps. Minimum like 70%. When there's a catalyst behind this, it can move 200 to 300% from lows. So I'm telling you right now, it's just a matter of I'm buying 4K more on. I'm gonna buy more this coming week. 4K more. I'm gonna split it probably 1,000 each day. I don't care about the commission with the amount that's gonna be made with this one once the pump comes in. It doesn't matter. So I even wrote here share buybacks, government contracts, partnership announcements. Share buybacks aren't gonna happen anytime soon, in my opinion. But once once those come in, I would expect the share price to absolutely run. Because it's going to get people excited. Like, oh my God, lower float, we can go higher. We can move more than just 004 at a time when the catalysts hit. Yeah, the previous pump, look at how far it sent it. I mean, from a low of 0032 to 0.0155. And that was back in June 17. So yeah, you can see here, funny enough, June 18, what was the announcement on June 18? What was the announcement? June 18, 8:24 a.m., I assume that says. CYBL, a next-gen defense technology company, delivering, blah, blah, blah. The point is, they are partnering with Palantir Technologies. That's it. That's all you need to know. Sent it quite literally 300. And look, this partnership means there's more to come. More to come. That's what that means. So it moved 374%. Incredible. The next one is, whether it's 70% or 300%, 500%, be ready to take profits. I would look to sell at minimum 70%. This thing has always moved 70%. So if you put in 20, 30, 50K, because I know some of you like to go in with more than I do, because I have a rule no more than 10K in a penny stock, but I might break that rule this time, mainly because this is just too easy. And we have a 100% win rate on this one as well. Bullish falling wedge is what I'm seeing here, because buyers showed up here at the wick. Maybe if I guess if I do this, it's still the same thing. Nothing changes. So yeah, we'll see. I think we're just gonna hover regardless of the pattern. It doesn't even matter. The patterns don't even matter. The longer term patterns are what matter, which is we get these big 50 to 300% pumps and just take the profit run, and then buy when it gets cheap under the purple line, rinse and repeat. So. My expectation is 70% minimum. So, like, that's your profit. You shouldn't be selling. I know there's some people who have told me, oh, I just keep flipping CYBL and then it runs like 300% and I miss out. Well, maybe don't flip it because you're kind of hurting your gains that way. Like, you're not growing your portfolio. This is a 00 penny stock. You should not be taking 70% unless that's all it gives you. But usually on a catalyst, I mean, it goes. Every catalyst has sent it hundreds of percentages. So definitely look to sell minimum 007, 001, not 001, 0099, and then 0.0118, right? Those are our levels that I'm seeing here. So there's one, there's two, right here, there's a lot of resistance, and this one right here, where we got pushed down recently. And I mean, we can even measure how much, if you buy right now at 005, how much can you make? Because I know there's some people that are being greedy. I've seen this before. There are some people that I know, not going to name names, they're waiting to see if it comes down to like 003s. But I've seen this before. Oh, it's going to go to 003s, and they're going to be like, well, what if it goes to 002s? What if it goes to 001s? And they just never add, and then it explodes, and they miss out. So, don't be greedy like that. You're already getting it under the purple line nice and cheap, and a massive discount from highs of 0.015. So hypothetically, if you were to buy here, and it goes to 0.0068, that's a nice 40%. If we actually go to 1 penny, that's 90%. Above that to the previous 0.0117 resistance, you make 140%. Again, this is a dope sub penny stock. Literally pick up a little copper thing off the floor, and it's worth less than that. That's unbelievable for it being a defense company and having the kind of partnerships that it has. Besides Palantir, it has other partnerships. So if you've been following this one for 5 years now, it's a money printer if you're patient. That's all it is. But if you have a small account, don't buy and expect it to immediately go to the moon. Like too many of these small accounts, they want to grow really, really fast. Like they want to buy CYBL, and tomorrow, like I've had people with small accounts ask me, so if I buy CYBL, is it gonna how long is it gonna take for it to move? And I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, who cares how long it takes? The pattern is there. Let's just abuse it. It doesn't matter. Who cares about the time frame? But there's obviously people with small accounts who, they want to time the exact bottom, right? They want to buy the exact, right here. They want to buy the exact bottom, and then tomorrow it gaps up, right? And then it runs huge. That they want to just buy in and immediately be up 100%. So yeah, those people don't have patience. Those people are the type of people to buy CYBL. They'll hold it for a week, and if something else starts moving, they'll go chase that instead. And usually get caught holding a bag. Usually that's the case. Someone's got to hold the bag at those tops, and it isn't going to be me, not anymore. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on CYBL. Again, if you're a small account, please just be patient and take the 70 to 150% or more. I don't know. We don't know how far it's going to go up, but these are levels that are very clear for you to take profit. Bigger accounts, you can just you have the advantage of being able to play, you can play CYBL and Nightscope and all the other ones that work with the government, because I'm really focused now on stocks that work with the government. There just seems to be very difficult to lose if you're focused on those kinds of stocks, the ones that work with the government. So, like MP Materials and those other ones, it's just shocking to see something like CYBL sitting at double zeros. Nobody cares about it. If people cared about it, we wouldn't be down here. People only care about it when it gets the catalyst, right? The Fox News, when it was mentioned on Fox News, 2 years ago, it pumped, right? 70% or something ridiculous. Nobody cares about it right now. But the time will come and it will go, and it's going to be fun. I'm telling you right now, in the Discord, we're just focused on what's the big play that can make us hundreds of percentages. That's CYBL stock. Anything else outside of that is just going to be scalps and, making those small little 1% wins that add up over time. So CYBL stock, it's still the beginning of the quarter. We still got, a few months ahead. So, it didn't drop like the market did. It didn't really drop like crazy. And that's fine. That's cool. I like that it's just holding here. And I expect it to hold here at 004s. If it drops below to that, I will add another 10K. This is gonna be the big one right here, the big money maker. It's been a money maker for the people who have been adding big when it goes down here. It's been a money maker. In fact, it has not been under 003 since Since when was the last time this was under 004s? I mean, the last time this was under 004s was, yeah, it was way back before the Palantir Catalyst, June 17. So, yeah. So June, July, August, September, 4 months. Yeah, 4 months. It's been 4 months. 5, 6. So, there you go, guys. Let me just delete all this, and let me just for the beginners, I want to show this to the beginners, because I had a lot of beginners join the Discord. So here it pumped huge, right? Now, when it hit the high, you had to wait. There's a lot of bag holders up here, a lot of stupid people who thought this was going to go to like 20 cents, a dollar. I remember, by the way, every time this stock pumps huge, it's always the same story. Is this going to go, Shades, is this going to go to 10 cents? Is it going to go to 25 cents? Is it going to go to a dollar? And then I always had to tell them the same thing. It's not a low float. It's not a low flow. It doesn't have the share structure to move like that. We could barely get it above 6.5 cents back then. So if we could, we would, but it's not reality. So be ready for that. When this thing pumps, be ready for that. People asking, is it going to go to the moon? Is this the one that's going to be special? My stock is so special, it's going to go to a dollar. And I bought 10 million shares, so I'm going to be rich. Like those people are stupid. They don't understand how the game is played. But from high to finally reaching a bottom here, it took about 28 days, right? Here it hit another high. And it took 103 days for that to bottom, and then it hit a high here, and it took about 45 days to bottom. Hit a high here, and it so far found a bottom right here at 77 days in at 004. So if there is going to be a repeat of this, where it just pumps a little bit, right, and then comes down, bleeds, and then finds support anyways, and then comes back up, we would expect, again, let me check the weekly time frame just to make sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, we would expect a rinse and repeat of last time. Yeah, if it comes down to 003s, please come down. Like, if it comes down here to this monthly support, please, I am begging you, come on down to Papa. I will add 50K. I will not hesitate. That'll be the first time I ever add that much to a penny stock. But my conviction is just too high. This just can't be ignored for this long. At some point, they will drop. This ain't eyeless. So yeah, for beginners, you can see here from a high to the low, it can take, a few months. Here it took 3 months for it to finally find a bottom. That's not considering the fact that you have to wait quite some time for it to actually start pumping huge. So don't think that it's going to immediately go to the moon more than anything. Just tempering expectations. I mean, look at this sideways action. This huge pump here, it took what? It took 182 days for you to finally get the big pump. So yeah, even if you bought up here at 288 days, almost a full year, like it's not just gonna, there's just too many people who want to buy right now and tomorrow I'm rich, like that. Too many of those. So let me just check here. This kinda, let me see. Does this look? Well, technically we're still in a downtrend technically. So unless you want to measure it like this, which it just looks like a big longer term wedge, falling wedge. So I mean, if you know that meme, or not that meme, that saying, TikTok, that's what it is right now. It's just TikTok. One of these days, we're going to finally break out of this downtrend and go higher. I mean, I guess you could measure it from the top here, but it still kind of doesn't really change anything. It's still the same. Falling bullish wedge setup. And the fact that the falling wedge is happening near, a strong support area, we would expect a reversal. Now that I don't think it's gonna go, you know, from where it is right now to, I mean, maybe it'll go back to 007s, but the catalyst is what we're looking for. But I like this. I like that it's repeating the exact same patterns every time. Is this the same pattern again? Is this the same bullish falling wedge again? It just loves to do that. Huh. Is it just repeating that over and over? Maybe not, but yeah, no. Now I'm just trying to find it wherever I can. Yeah, so there you go, guys. I didn't even know it did this. Historical pattern of bullish falling wedges into a previous support zone, and that tends to be 003s, 004s, and then we get that big pump, right? Big pump. So I don't know if this is going to be a huge pump here, but it's interesting to note before I finish this video. This bullish falling wedge led to a pump of almost 400% from lows. This bullish falling wedge led to a pump of 350% about from lows. And I'm wondering if we're just gonna, we're gonna do the same thing from lows, another 300%er. That is very interesting that we're getting, from low to high, we're just getting the same. I mean, this assumes you buy the absolute bottom. That's just silly. That's not gonna happen. Best thing you can do is just average down and accumulate. So at best, you'll capture a nice portion of that. But that's what I would predict here. I don't know if we're going to go to 2 cents from here. That would be crazy. That would be one hell of a catalyst. But yeah, if this bulling fallish wedge is going to repeat the same percentage move, I mean, that would that would be great. I'm not going to complain. But that's something I just noticed right now. I did not realize this stock was showing us bullish falling wedges constantly. And we're getting near the end of it too. Interesting. All right, that's all I gotta say. I'm just analyzing here, trying to figure out, like, how come I didn't notice this pattern before? I guess I'm just so focused on the purple line, right? Because if you buy under the purple line and accumulate as it goes lower, you still end up making, a profit anyways. As long as you're not lump summing at the purple line. As long as you're like you're dispersing your buys. I've noticed too many amateurs or beginners. He said buy, so they just lump sum. And they lump sum a lot. And then they cry when it starts going down in 50%, 80% because this is a 00 penny stock. And then I'm like, dude, relax. Relax, bro. This is normal. Penny stocks are not for you if you're going to be crying. Yeah, you even see a bullish falling wedge on the RSI as well. I mean, God, I love these patterns. I'm glad these patterns exist. Let me look at the MACD here. What is the MACD doing? I'm just curious about these bullish falling wedges. All right, I don't know. Again, maybe I'm just trying to find something that's not even there. Weekly time frame. I mean, if this white line starts curling up like last time, here it curled up, right? And if you had just bought on the crossover on the white line crossing the yellow line, you could have captured like 50%. I mean, you weren't going to capture more than a lot because you're buying when it's already started moving. So that's kind of like the downside of using the white line crossing the yellow line on the MACD. You're kind of getting in towards the end of the move, but you're still able to capture that green week, right? You're still able to capture a percentage of the meat of the move, but not as much as someone who's just not even trying to time anything, just accumulate as it goes lower, and you'll make more percentage-wise. But it's interesting to note, especially on this bullish falling wedge here. Let's see if we get that white line crossing the yellow line. That would be very par for the course. Very par for the course. Monthly time frame. I don't think the monthly time frame is telling us anything. Yeah, I don't think it's telling. Let me see. Quarterly. quarterly holding that support, so we're good on the quarterly. And if you guys recall, every October, big green pump, big green pump. Let's see if this October is going to be a rinse and repeat, which I mean, everything's kind of lining up. White line curling over the yellow line, bullish falling wedge. We're still in October. October historically, October 1st of 2023, huge, quarterly candle that sent it from a low of 001s to a high of 0075. Then this October here, October 1st, 2024, this quarter sent it from a low of 0049 to, 0.0195, so last year. So yeah, I don't know why that is, but every October quarter, tends to be a pump. I don't know why. I wish I could tell you. I don't know why. Also take note, green quarter, red quarter, green quarter, red quarter, green quarter, question mark. Like, there's just too much lining up. When you look at everything together, you're like, huh. So we would expect we would expect a minimum move to 0.0103, because that's where resistance is on the quarterly. And we always, for the past 4 quarters, we always go there, like minimum. We always go to 1 penny at least. So, and it kind of does look like an ascending wedge on the quarterly. I don't know, man. This is getting crazy. The more analysis I do on the higher time frames, the more I'm like, this is not real, right? Like, no way we're going to have a quarterly breakout and go to the moon. But maybe that's what it's looking like here, because that's a big level. 1 penny, that's been a big level. That was a big level back then that held before the CE designation happened, if you guys recall. The CE designation is probably the only reason, if I recall correctly, that it even went under a penny. And it did go under a penny when Russia attacked Ukraine, but that was like bought up, like the whole market tanked and everything was bought up so quick. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I've been doing this for 5 years, man. Sometimes I question my analysis, because I've never looked at quarterly timeframes or yearly timeframes. Not back then. It's something that I've started doing recently to see what the bigger picture is. And sometimes I don't have enough experience with these timeframes to really, like, do I give it more weight because it is an ascending triangle in a quarterly time frame? That means for probably next year is going to be a huge boom. That's what we would expect if this ascending triangle is going to play out. Because we just keep testing that 1 penny. The day we can break above 1 penny and hold above it, I mean, and that's going to become our new support level, 1 penny, and it's just going to be a rinse and repeat of the past. I don't know what a quarterly breakout would look like for a penny stock. Would it just send it 6.5 cents again? I don't know. That is an insane ascending triangle on the quarterly time frame. Yearly time frame, there's not enough data here. Technically, it's just going sideways. So as long as you're buying literally under the purple line, you're gonna make money. So I don't know. You tell me if you see anything that I don't, or if you think I'm insane. But I'm seeing so many bullish patterns, not just on the quarterly, but also on the monthly, weekly, daily. Bullish falling wedges all over the place. Quarterly looks like an ascending triangle long term. Yearly looks like we're just sideways, but we always, at minimum, go to 1 penny. So this is kind of too easy. I don't know. When it's too easy, it makes me wonder if I'm just crazy. Like, no way, is this really this easy? But we'll see what they drop. Let's see what kind of catalyst comes our way. This is going to be a great quarter for the people who are patient. Do not join my Discord if you are not patient. The Discord is for people who are patient, because that's how you make the big bucks. That's what I've learned these past 5 years after I chased CYBL stock at 6.5 cents like a fool and held it all the way to 3 cents, somewhere around there, and then took like a 6K loss. So I learned from that, and I'm telling you right now, you're never going to see me buying tops. And if I do buy a top, I'm having a stop loss and going in with like quarter size or half size. Like, you're not going to see me chasing quantum stocks. And if I do, it's small position, and I'm looking to just get in and out at that point. Back then, I was more foolish. Oh my God, quantum stocks are 80. Ion Q is at 70. It's gonna go to 1,000. Oh my God, I'm gonna miss out if I don't chase at 70. Like, I used to be stupid like that. I can't believe to be able to have that hindsight and look back and like, wow, I was that dumb, chasing because I know the version of me back then would have absolutely chased these quantum stocks at highs, thinking it was going to go, to the moon. But the reality is, you buy these stocks when no one wants them, down here. And that's where you make the big bucks. So there you go. Hopefully the beginners learned a lot. This was not supposed to be that educational of a video. I did a lot of technical analysis as well. So, when you see me do technical analysis, if you're looking to copy me, my style, if you're looking to learn, you got to study these videos. You got to be like, how did he see this? How did he draw these trend lines? Like, you got to, get the rounds in, so to speak. Too many people, they want to just learn how to read charts in one day, right? But it's kind of like learning to read a language. You got to practice over and over and over and over again. You got to look at all the time frames, and you got to, measure things out, etc., etc. So it's, you're not going to get to where I got to in 5 years in 3 months. Like, there's people in my Discord who claim they want to learn, but they don't really want to learn. They don't want to put in the effort. They just want to follow the alerts, and I'm not going to be here, forever, is all I'm going to say. So the sooner you can be as good as me, learning to read charts, the better. That's all I got to say. That's it for the video.